Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Molly, but I go by Glow. Hey, yay, yay, yay. Anyway, here on YouTube, if it's your first time seeing my pretty little face, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit it. I'll wait. Subscribe as well as hit that post notification bell as well so that you are notified every time I put up a new video. To all my ride or dies, all my regular schmegulars, all my day one since the A1. Hi Glowwies, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are fantastic. So I decided to give you guys a makeup therapy video because I feel like I needed to vent and I needed to express something that I learned about myself this past weekend and something that I just felt like it is okay for us to go through. So I wanted to just give you guys a makeup therapy. If you guys don't know what this is, I'll basically be doing my face and I'll do a voiceover just talking about things that have been impacting me right now, things that I feel like I need to let go of, things that I need to put out into the universe, and just, yes, my love. Yeah, and I'm almost done. So in the meantime, I also decided to show you guys my favorite base right now. This base, this face is arrested. It don't move, it don't shake, it don't sweat, it don't do none of that, okay? And it's all affordable products. Yes, they're all affordable products. So I hope you guys will enjoy this makeup video. So let's get started. Grab a glass of wine, grab some green tea, just get ready for self-reflection and just, yeah, anyway, stay tuned. So you guys, I'm about to start my makeup, but I just thought we should just have a general conversation on life. I've been going through a lot of emotions as of lately. I had my period, and prior to actually my period coming on, I felt so sad. I felt a heavy energy on me. I just didn't understand what was going on. It was just a lot. And then I ended up taking a trip to Joburg, and I think because of all of those emotions, I went too hard on the alcohol, and it just really became a lot for me. And ironically and funny enough, I am grateful for that moment because I got to learn so much about myself. My strengths have sometimes they get so intense that I figure they become a weakness for me. Number one, in general, I am an introvert. So for me to be able to go out and interact with people, and I always say this and people might find it weird, I prefer to go out and party with my partner because there is a sense of comfort, because my anxiety as of late has become so high that I really don't feel comfortable around people. I really don't feel comfortable around a large group of people. And I don't know where that comes from because prior to having Umnigelo, I was out there, I was partying, I was living life. But I think because my brain is so consumed about worrying about him, how he is, that I even start to worry about external things so much. It really is just the most crippling feeling ever. And it took time, and it's taken me to get to this point to actually understand the fact that my mind has somewhat become my enemy at times. So I was out and I was celebrating and I was having the time of my life, and I overindulged on alcohol. And I realized one thing about myself. I am an oversharer. I talk when I am in a space where I can be free, in a space where I can be open. I overshare. And that for me, I am thankful for, because I let things out, which means I just let everything out and I put it on the table in that moment, because every other day it's like bottled up inside of me, and it has become a space, it has become a place that I'm so used to. The fact that I honestly just keep things in so much, and as they're inside of me, my brain is over analyzing every little aspect of it. My brain is telling me that this is wrong. My brain is telling me I should have done this. I've even discovered that I still hold anxiety about situations that happened 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, and it's still, whenever I think of that moment, a moment where the next person would be able to laugh and say, hey, life happened, me, it still hits my heart a little bit and I still get anxious. But I'm at that place where I've realized that I need to accept myself for who I am. That is the first step. I need to accept the fact that I overshare. I need to accept the fact that I am not comfortable around other people unless it's people that I know and it's people that I really have a close relationship with. And for the fact that I don't get out much, I don't have those relationships necessarily. But anyway, let's move on to the positive things and to the positive aspect of life and to where I am right now. My period came. I had the extremes of PMS before my period, during my period, and post my period. Okay, I know I said I was going to do the positive, but let's address this because it's going to come up in one of the vlogs. There is a vlog that's going to be going up where I literally have a breakdown. It's where for the first time, I felt like I needed to let this particular thing go because I have kept it inside of me for so long that it was really, really affecting me. But I am one of those people where I can convince myself that something is not bothering me. I can convince myself that this is not an issue. Guys, pregnancy knocked my body so hard. Pregnancy took my physical being, and I'm just talking physical right now. I'm not talking about the mental part, the emotional part, the spiritual part of pregnancy. I'm talking about the physical part. I struggled, and I still do struggle a lot with looking in the mirror. I can look at my face because I can beat my face and I look snatched and I look amazing and I love myself and I'll just feel like I look like the best. Okay, I look like the girl I think I am. But my biggest struggle as of late, and since starting to work out and starting to see a few changes and a little bit of weight loss here, this jean fits now, that one doesn't fit, this and this and this, I've realized I struggle to look in the mirror. If you guys are not aware, and if you guys haven't quite figured out my house yet, we do not have a full-length mirror in the house. Solely because where my body is right now, I struggle to look at myself in the mirror. I struggle to wear clothing and say, oh, I look sexy here, or oh, I look whatever. I literally have to convince myself and hype myself up so much to say, okay, girl, you are that girl. You are looking cute. You are looking that, in terms of my body itself. So recently I had I don't know if it was induced by my period or what, but I just broke down and it just felt like so much because I had to sit back and realize my abs are torn. That means I will constantly have a little pooch to my belly unless it gets fixed, right? I have loose skin because I carried a very, very big baby. And I'm a rather small person. In as much as, if you're around me, you know I will never admit to this. I'm rather a small person. I'm a bit petite. I'm on the petite side. And I carried a very, very big baby. I carried somebody who came out at 3.7 kgs. That's close to 4 kgs, you know. And he's tall and he's all of these other things. And my body took a knock. And for the first time in a long time, I cried about it. And before, I felt like I was being so superficial. I felt like, hey, other people don't get to carry babies. Other people don't get to birth children. Other people don't get to experience what you experienced because of their physical issues or their inability to have children. And I told myself, I was like, when I look at my son, I will forget how my body, but you can't. because I live with my body. I live with this body, and this is the body that is so new to me. It's so foreign to me. In as much as before I didn't have a six pack, I didn't have a big ass, I wasn't a Coke bottle, I wasn't all of those things. But I had legs that I loved. I loved my legs. I loved my thighs. I loved that my body was not small, but also it wasn't big. It was just right in the middle. And I enjoyed my body and I loved my body. And I knew that I had the ability to lose my stomach if I wanted to and work on all of these other things. So I had a real breakdown, and I even had to have a conversation with my partner and talk to him and share that insecurity and tell him that, you know, it's been hard. It's been really hard, but I'm trying and I'm getting better at it. I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to eat better. I'm trying to make sure that, yes, my abs are torn and my abs are separated, but let me get rid of some of the fat that's there. Let me try to see what I can do to tone up so that my loose skin is not as loose, So it's been really and honestly just a very emotional experience. And it's ironic because I never used to have PMS. I'm one of those people, I could go on my period. I'll have period pains. I'll take something, go to sleep, wake up, I'm good to go, and I can continue on. I've never felt like I was heavily bloated. I've never felt like, ugh, I'm heavy. I've never felt like my emotions are everywhere. But with this third time of having my period, I just felt everything. I just felt everything. I felt when I ate something where it sat in my stomach. I felt every single thing you can think of. I felt. And I looked in the mirror and, well, it was my face. But I just looked at myself and I was just like, who is this? Who is this person? Who's in my body? Whose body am I in? And yeah, but on the flip side, I'm grateful. I am thankful that I had that experience because I actually got to sit down with myself and talk to myself. I actually got the opportunity to sit down with my partner and talk to my partner and be able to be open, because I believe in openness in a relationship. I believe that you must be able to have hard conversations. You must be able to have vulnerable conversations. And I know that we are fearful of being vulnerable because you don't want those things to be used against you. But God has blessed me with such an amazing man that throughout finding out I was pregnant till now, never once has my body been a topic of conversation where he will express to me like, oh, you've changed so much, or your body is it's ugh to me, or whatever else. He's never made me feel bad. All that I can say about my boyfriend is that my boyfriend hypes me up. My boyfriend, he will sit there and be like, should I wear these jeans? Should I do this? And we will talk about it, and he'll be like, okay, no, maybe not those ones. Let's try this one. Maybe that shoe, maybe that top. We are able to have those conversations. And I'm thankful for this past one because I was able to truly and honestly let him into one of my biggest insecurities that I'm suffering from right now. And that is my body. But what I can say is today when I'm recording this, today when I've went through the breakdown, today, it's like 2 weeks after that, I am at a place where I'm just like, okay, all right. And it's like God needed me to break down for me to start seeing the changes that I can start being like, oh yeah, that's coming back. My legs are starting to get a little bit of muscle and I like that. I love legs, guys. I just feel like for me, legs are sexy. That's why I'm one of those people that used to be able to wear short stuff and cover up everywhere else because I didn't have boobs to show. So even my stomach, when I wake up in the morning, it's not as big as it used to be because I am putting in the effort to actually work at it. And now I'm not just working at it under the illusion that, pregnancy body, it will snap back, it will do. I'm working on it, understanding that it won't go back to where it used to be. It just won't go back. But yeah, on the more positive side, honestly, I just feel like a new change and a new development that I have done in my life that I wanted to speak on is intentional prayer. You know, sometimes we pray because we are told that that's the way to do it. You have to pray. You have to pray if you want things. You have to do this. You have to do that. But about a month and 2 weeks ago, I decided that I am struggling to pray in the sense of me going on my knees and just saying a prayer. I'm struggling with it. And I was just like, let me write everything down. I write when I'm emotional, when I'm whatever. When I'm extremely emotional and I can't talk, I write things down. When I'm extremely happy and it's just so overwhelming, I write things down. So I was like, you know what? Let me write every week, let me write a prayer. And I didn't want to overwhelm myself because I haven't prayed for a while, to be quite honest with you guys. My spiritual journey was borderline dead. Okay, my spiritual life was dead. But I decided, I was like, you know what? Let me start small. Let me take little walks, And I decided, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take my diary. I'm going to write down a prayer every week. I'm going to read this prayer out in silence, focusing and meditating on my words and making sure everything that I speak and everything that I write is intentional. And I won't lie to you guys. You guys will even see in the vlog where I tell you guys I had the breakdown. I cried and I cried and I broke down, and it was just like so much emotion, so much heaviness on me. But after that, I was like, okay, let me sit down, let me pray. And I prayed. And I just want to say, prayer works. Be intentional with your prayer. Know what you want to get out of it and just pray. Write it down, record it, listen to it every day and whatever. It will speak to you because God hears you at all points and at all time. So yeah, I just hope you guys are feeling great. How are you guys feeling? How's your energy right now? Are you guys excited for the end of the year, gearing up for new things and all of that? So yeah. So yeah, this is what the makeup look looks like. I really do love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to go follow me on all my social media platforms. Also subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that makeup is not key to your beauty. It's merely glitter on a Mona Lisa. Bye!